What's up, ladies and gents, Ghost here, back with some more Battlefield news. A lot of stuff has come out this weekend, and if you've been unlucky like myself, you've been working the whole weekend, or maybe just really haven't been paying attention to the news, then allow me to fill you in. So let's get down to it, starting off here with Battlefield 4. So the community map project from DICE has now been pushing forward, and we're going to be seeing the third poll soon. The results are now in for the second poll, and you can see them on the screen, and it looks like the main points of interest, which will essentially be the objectives like conquest flags that we will be fighting over, come in as Waterfall, Ancient Temple Ruins and Ghost Town. I gotta say, I'm quite liking that third one there. But in any case, DICE are now going to be doing a third poll, and they're basically going to be giving us some concepts and ideas of what the overall look of the map could be like. So it's going to be taking the results from the first poll, the jungle theme, and combining that with some of these points of interest to give us an overall concept of what the map could be like and how it can play out. So next up, we're going to be talking about the spring patch, which will be coming around late May time, and we have gotten a ton of new information about what we can expect from this patch. So obviously, with the night maps coming through and the community map project, we've already found out what DICE have in store for us in terms of the sort of map portion of the quote-unquote 6th DLC. But what about the weapons, and what about the game modes? As we all know, there have been plenty of tweets coming out of various DICE developers asking us what were our favourite weapons from past Battlefield games, and everyone's been thinking, you know, are some of these weapons going to be coming back? And it looks like the answer is yes. So apparently in the spring patch we're going to be getting access to something called the Weapons Crate. Now this Weapons Crate will contain 5 new weapons for Battlefield 4, including a lever action rifle and a fan favourite Russian assault rifle from a previous Battlefield game. Now we all know that the AN-94 is a Russian assault rifle, it is extremely popular, and a lot of people were asking for that one to come back on Twitter when all that raucous erupted about what were your favourite Battlefield weapons. And now Julian, one of the DICE developers, has been posting pictures on Twitter of seemingly uninteresting Battlefield shots, but you can usually see a part of a weapon that is in development for Battlefield 4 at the moment. It's kind of blurred out, you can't really see that much, and personally, you know, I don't know that much about weapons, but some people have recognised this barrel of a rifle here as the AN-94, and as you can see, it is quite unique, it is quite iconic. And you know, that together with the fact that they say it's a fan favourite weapon and it's a Russian assault rifle, it can only mean that it's going to be the AN-94. So I know that's going to please a lot of people. Personally, I would have preferred the G3A3, that was really my go-to weapon in that sort of rifle class, but nevertheless, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing the AN-94. Now what the other 3 weapons could be, and just what kind of lever-operated rifle we're going to be seeing, I don't really know. I guess we're going to leave it up to the weapon experts who really know their stuff about guns to hopefully uncover some of the facts. But it is quite obvious we're going to be seeing both old weapons from previous Battlefield games and brand new weapons altogether as well. Now on top of this, within the weapon crate, we've also been told that we will be getting access to the Gunmaster game. And ever since Battlefield 4 came out, people have been making videos about this, saying that Gunmaster was a fantastic game in BR3, as was Scavenger Mode, and that they would like to see some of those game modes back for Battlefield 4. And DICE have listened, it seems, so we're going to be getting Gunmaster back. Not really the most tactical or team-driven of game modes, but it is really a bit of fun. If you want to hop in a game mode just to warm up, use some different weapons and have a bit of fun, then Gunmaster is always a classic. However, weapons, maps and game modes will not be the only new changes coming to Battlefield 4 in the spring patch. DICE are also seriously taking a look at their entire weapons catalogue and are making some serious changes. And namely, they really want to change the way they use suppression in-game. So this graph here represents how they want things to be. As you know, a weapon does have its optimal and effective ranges, depending on the different weapon type. So, you know, assault rifles will have a pretty decent range, sniper rifles even further. Now after that you start to get the fall off, where the damage will start to be reduced down to its minimal number, and past that, your bullets won't be able to do any damage at all. Now DICE's aim with suppression is to essentially make it so that if you're in a gunfight within your weapon's effective range, it won't actually have any suppressive effect on the enemy. Once the enemy is outside of that range and the weapon fall-off damage comes into play, and even further past that, no damage at all, then the suppression effect will start to kick in. And really what they want suppression to be is a way for you to just fire a few bullets over at the enemy so you can move from cover to cover without being shot at, and you can sort of throw off the enemy aggressor's aim a little bit. Rather than it just being some annoying thing that happens if you're in a gunfight with somebody 10 meters away, they're firing at you, you're getting all this screen blurring going on. It really isn't cool, so it's nice to see them changing that. They're also looking at bringing back 2-hit kill headshots within optimal ranges, so that will reward people for going for those headshots much more. Anyone who plays Counter-Strike Go will know that going for headshots is the only way to go in that game. Somebody who does that will come out on top much more often than the person who just goes for the body shots. In Battlefield 4, you don't really get that same feeling. You feel like just aiming at the chest and letting the recoil carry the weapon up is your best course of success in actually downing an enemy. So if they bring back 2-hit kill headshots, that will definitely make people think a little bit more about actually trying to hit people in the head, and will hopefully bring a little bit more skill to the game. Next up, Star Wars Battlefront. Who isn't excited for this game? I know a lot of people have opted to not bother picking up Hardline, and they're just going to keep on playing Battlefield 4 with the extended support until they get their grubby little mitts on Battlefront. And I have to say, I'm really looking forward to Battlefront. I actually haven't ever played a Battlefront game, believe it or not, so I'm not really sure what to expect from it, but whatever it is, people are hyping the hell out of it, and they're getting me pretty interested in it. Now, it does seem we're actually going to be getting our hands on some gameplay. So the annual Star Wars celebration will be taking place in Anaheim, California on April the 16th to the 19th, and it has been said that we will be seeing some Star Wars Battlefront gameplay there. So that's only a couple of weeks away, 2 to 3 weeks away actually, from the making of this video. So we're finally going to actually see some footage of Star Wars Battlefront. Up to now, all we've seen is some cinematic-y type stuff, some concept art, not really even any proper screenshots of it. So to be actually getting some proper gameplay, that's going to be awesome, and a lot of people are going to be talking about that. Next up, for any of you guys out there who play Hardline, you will be familiar that the weapon balance in the game at the moment is pretty whack. It's really not good at all. There are clear winners in almost every weapon class, and they seriously need to be looked at. And it indeed seems that DICE are going to be doing that sooner rather than later. So the K10 is going to have its damage reduced to 33. If you didn't know previously, its max damage was 34, which meant you could kill somebody in 3 shots. And we are talking about a weapon that has a 1200 rate of fire here, which is just absolutely bananas. So 33 will mean at least you're going to need 4 bullets to kill somebody rather than 3. Another nice change is to the HCAR and the HK51, which are the secondary battle rifles for the Enforcer class. And they are having their recoil reduced to bring them more in line with the SCAR H and the SA58. I really agree with this change. Currently, the SCAR H and the SA58 are just much better than the other 2 battle rifles. There is just absolutely no reason, in my eyes, to go with the HCAR or the HK51, so some great changes there. The AKM has had its minimum damage reduced to 24, down from 25, meaning that at long ranges it's going to take you 5 rounds rather than 4 in order to down an enemy. And adversely to that, the battle rifle's minimum damage has been increased to 25 across the board. Again, another great change. The battle rifles are slower firing than the assault rifles. They should be the rifles that pack more of a punch and should be able to down people in 4 bullets across the map. I mean, you know, before this, the AKM was essentially more powerful at range than the battle rifle, and it's supposed to be the shorter range weapon. Now, those aren't all the changes though, so as usual with news videos, I will leave all of the links to the necessary sources down below so that you guys can peruse those at your leisure if you would like a little bit more information. That's all from me today, guys. Thank you very much for watching the video. Hope you have a great day. Cheers, guys. See you next time.